just filming leaving Adelaide now. So travelling down the line that goes out to Belair, which is a partially single track due to the fact that the Overland travels on the opposite track, and it has its own, so it's not interfering with the suburban services. So along this way there's a few historic stations that we're going to pass through. And as we make our way through the mountains as we exit Adelaide this morning. The last station we just passed through is the historic station of Mitcham. Here we have Torrens Park. You might be wondering if it's single, because it's being single track. There is actually a crossover point located here, which enables the trains to cross over within their suburban services. Station is Eden Hills. Blackwood train station, where you'll find coming up, we have what's left of an old red hand coaches that used to service the line. We're now approaching the train station Belair. Belair is the terminus line for the Adelaide suburban services. So just while we're travelling from here, I thought I'd talk a bit about the journey. The Overland travels 828 kilometres, has been operational since 1887, which offering a blend of history and scenic beauty. So if you're planning on booking, it is essential to book your tickets in advance, as the Overland operates twice a week in each direction, offering both daytime and overnight services. Tickets can be purchased online through Journey Beyond and Rail Expeditions websites, or via travel agents or selected railway stations. It is advisable to book early, especially during holiday seasons, to secure your preferred travel dates and seating classes. as mentioned, we are in Red Premium, which offers more luxurious experience. Opt for Red Premium service, which includes larger seats of extra recline and legroom, complimentary in-seat dining and section of meals and beverages on overall enhanced level of service. Red service standard class providing comfortable reclining seats, ample legroom and access to licensed cafe where you can purchase meals, snacks and beverages. So when packing, bear in mind to pack comfortable clothing for different temperatures outside and on board. So the various highlights along the way are the Adelaide Hills, the Grampians, the National Park, which trains not pass directly through the park, but you will see impressive mountain range in the distance. Womenara region, marvel the expanse of farmlands, towns and define the agricultural areas. And then we go through, lastly, through the town of Geelong before reaching Melbourne. This station at which Mount Lofty was and still is. Unfortunately, this station is no longer serviced by suburban trains.
This is the breakfast menu. Just turn it over.
And we'll just zoom in on that section there, which talks about the Overland. For 135 years, the Overland has been servicing guests from Australia to Melbourne. So it has a lot of history to it. We'll turn over the page and we'll have a look.
For breakfast you can choose a choice of the spinach and feta omelette, vanilla yogurt parfait or baked banana bread. For lunch, a toasted focaccia, curry of the day, or vegetable moussaka. And then you've got alcoholic beverages as well.
Alright, so I'll just get a photograph of the menu. So I see you've got your breakfast there, Mum.
Yes, I got the spinach and feta omelette. Comes with bacon, beans, the omelette, sourdough bread and a little garnish and a butter.
Nice. And I have the yogurt parfait, and it also comes with a Danish. So we'll sit here while enjoying the lovely scenery and enjoying our breakfast. So here is the scenery that we get while enjoying our breakfast. Still in the hills area with beautiful scenery and lovely backdrops So how did you enjoy your omelette, Mum?
It was very tasty, and the the baked beans had a nice sort of tangy tomato sauce mixed in it, and the bacon's nice and crisp.
Nice. I really enjoyed my parfait. Really nice strawberry flavour through it, and also the nice Danish I had with it was nice apricot.
Alright, that would have been nice.
Mm-hmm. Here we have in the buffet car area where you'll find the various souvenirs available for purchase, t-shirts, key rings, fridge magnets and various snacks available, as well as sandwiches and various sweets. You can also get tea and coffee and various beverages from hot and cold beverages. So the station we just passed through was the station of Marine. So various towns, one of many that we will pass through along the journey. This is the Matilda Cafe car that we're sitting in at the moment, which is available for. We have a USB charging point available for charging up your devices. And as we pan around, you can see the various seating arrangements. We're now passing through farmland as we continue our journey towards Melbourne, and with the next town stop being Murray Bridge. Notice how the scenery has changed there, Mum.
Yeah. Very sort of we passed the hills and the farms, and now we're I guess you could say the rural area.
Yeah, or rural farmland.
Yeah. Notice that as we passed through the farmland, I noticed sort of some cows, sheep and alpacas.
So various different animals. Haven't spotted much wildlife yet.
No. And there's the whistle.
Yes, or the horn.
Yes. I wonder if they can pick that up on the video.
I wonder if it'll come through.
So we're about to be heading to this little section.
Well, this little section, according to the timetable, we should be round about Mount Barker Junction, going through to Culligan and then through to Monotaro South.
Right.
We're now approaching Murray Bridge. This memorable features journey crosses the River Murray, Australia's longest river system, a vital waterway in the history of transport, of irrigation and settlement. The river corridor has long been supported of Narrandjeri country, river trade, agriculture and recreation. So as we go over, we'll see the Murray River as we cross over the bridge, the old railway bridge on the left hand side.
As we approach the Murray Bridge area,
Here we are at our first stop at Murray Bridge. So we'll just go for a walk and have a look at the Murray Bridge station. There we go, it's Murray Bridge Station. And here I'll just take a video of the train overall. So it gives the size of it for you in perspective. Here we go, as we pass through, we've got the road bridge on the left hand side, and normally we would see riverboats in. Unfortunately today we have no Murray riverboats in on this side.
as we go over the bridge, there are actually two bridges. I'm filming the bridge looking south, and you can possibly in between there get some views of the paddle steamers. And into the farming areas.
Now approaching Tallam Bend. In the town of, just we approach the town of Tallam Bend, there's actually a really good pioneer museum that we've visited on a previous occasion to South Australia, which we hope to put in a future video for you all to enjoy. Along the journey there is a nice little floodplain area as we enter, going through just after Tallam Bend. along the way there's various towns that pass through. I may miss a couple of the towns that the train does pass through, so it doesn't stop at every town on the South Australian side. So I will check out Victorian side. On the Victorian side, after passing through Border Town, we stop at Neil, Dimbola, Horsham, Stawell, Ararat, North Shore, Geelong, before stopping in at Melbourne. Hi, I'm joined by Jenny, the Journey Manager on the Overland service today. Thank you, Jenny, for joining me today.
My pleasure.
Well, I've got a few questions that we're going to go through.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to ask, I'm going to mention a question, and then we're going to talk about each question.
All right.
And how it's actually, how each one relates to myself and how
Okay.
how it relates to more yourself. The first one is, what do you think the Overland makes it such a special journey for passengers?
Okay, so you're a passenger on here today.
Yes?
So what do you think, Andrew, from your perspective? What's making this a special day for you?
Well, for me it's the idea to be able to relax, enjoy the ever-changing scenery, while being able to experience the journey between each town in an old charm, but with modern conveniences.
Okay. So I would agree, and it's a relaxing way to travel, isn't it? You can sit back here, you can have a drink, we feed you, beautiful scenery, no troubles, no hassles on the road, just sit back and relax. So I think that makes it really special. Meeting people, all the people that you meet. Have you met some nice people today?
We have actually, there are a couple that's in front of me today,
Yeah.
actually, when it came to, because I'm using a special lens skirt to try to block out reflection.
Okay.
And went to want to put the blind down, and was very curious about, we decided on a particular spot for it to go down
Oh,
to, so it
nice.
doesn't get in the way. And
Yeah.
he also, because he could see that I was doing filming, he asked me, is my seat in your way? And just being just very friendly and
Yep.
courteous.
Yeah. So you meet a lot of different people, a lot of international people on here as well. So from all over the world.
So I guess
People
it's a
travel
really
on the Overland.
multicultural experience.
It is very much so.
Well, for answering the first question,
Yeah, excellent.
is there part of the route that people usually get excited about?
I think the Adelaide Hills is very special. We came through there this morning. It's beautiful in summer, it's beautiful in winter. Quite often it's covered in a mist, which is beautiful. So, also the changing crops. So it's not at the moment, but in another month or so, this whole area will be yellow from the canola.
Oh,
So
nice.
that is beautiful when it's all yellow. So yeah, the crops, Adelaide Hills is very special.
And what about the Grampians? In
Yes.
the distance?
Yeah, that's nice as well. Yeah. What do you like?
Well, personally, I find that the Adelaide Hills, as you say, were quite nice.
Yeah.
And I guess the change in landscape, like I've noticed how we go through, like sometimes we'll go through a bit of scrub, and then we'll go through the farmland communities. Like
Yep.
right now we're travelling through farmland community on the right hand side in the direction of travel.
Yeah.
And on the left hand side in the direction of travel, looks like a bit of farmland, but a few trees on the side that we can't really see through.
Yeah. So it changes all the time.
How long have you been working on the Overland, and what do you enjoy most about it?
Andrew, I've been here for 14 years with the company. So 14 years ago I started. I spent about 5 years on the other train, so doing the GAM and the Indian Pacific. So I did that, and then I moved over here, and I've been here about 9 years on the Overland. So the Overland's the only one I do now. So I started off as a hospitality attendant and worked my way up to now be the manager on here. The most enjoyable thing would be meeting all the different people, people from all over, all their stories. Also, we have a lot of regulars on here who travel all the time. So you get to know them, you get to know them by name and they know you. So that's special as well.
So it's that special personal touch that you can provide to them and by greeting them by their name, which makes them feel more special.
Yeah, definitely. And it's nice that they know my name as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of from these towns that we pass through, going to Melbourne or to Adelaide for appointments. I have somebody who travels regularly for work. So it's definitely a lifeline for these communities.
So if it was to disappear, it would be terrible for these communities.
It would be. Definitely. Because they rely on us very much.
Okay, so you mentioned about... Hey Jenny, what are some interesting facts about today's train?
Okay. So today's train has 7 carriages on it. Mm-hmm. We have 1 premium carriage on today. We usually have 2. But one of them's been taken off for a service, so that will be out of the consist for a couple of weeks and then they will come back on. We have 2 cafe cars on today. Now that's not usual either. We've got 2 on because 1 will be coming out. So what we do is we have both on together and then we can move things from one into the other a lot smoother. So next week the other cafe car will come out. We also have 3 standard carriages on today. Then we have a luggage van and of course a loco. Mm-hmm. So 7 carriages. We are, let me have a look here, 188.926 metres long and we weigh 337.4 tonne.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, isn't it?
Just to think that a car weighs a certain amount, and someone's throwing a caravan, it's a lot more tonnage between the between carriages, and especially for the loco to pull. Because I know the NR locos that are used are rather powerful.
Okay.
So I can't think the exact horsepower off the top of my head.
Yeah, but I don't know either.
But it's like I do find it's rather interesting the fact that they can pull the Indian Pacific from all the way to Adelaide with just one locomotive. So from Adelaide to Sydney, it's usually always 2 locomotives, and with the GAN, it's always 2, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So there's 2 drivers up the front today. So up the front in the loco. So today we have a GAN loco on. Did you notice that this morning?
Yes, I did notice that.
So that's the reason that is because we're taking it to Melbourne for a service. So that will get dropped off, stay in Melbourne.
I like it as a special treat for anyone who wants to get the Overland today.
Yeah, and there's 2 drivers up the front and we do a driver change at Dimboola. Mm-hmm. So when we get to Dimboola, those 2 drivers will leave us and 2 new drivers will join us for the second half of our journey through to Melbourne.
Well, thank you for your time today, Jenny, and answering a few questions and giving us some insight about the Overland trip and the journey. And
well, it's been a pleasure talking to you and your mum today, so I hope the rest of your journey goes well.
Yes, I'm sure it will, and more lovely scenery to see and enjoy. And we're on to, plan to stay a few days in Melbourne and then fly back home.
Yep, excellent. We have a lovely time.
Yes,
it's been really nice to meet you.
Yeah, lovely to meet you, Jenny.
Thank you.
Thank you. The Matilda buffet car that I'm sitting in at the moment, this used to service the Indian Pacific when it used to have sit-up class, which ceased operation in the early 2000s, which now only has services with sleeping cars only, single and twin, and also up to your Platinum and the new Aurora classes. Over in the distance on the right hand side we have the Grampians Mountain Range. We're now passing through the town of Mutora. I think that's how you pronounce it. My apologies for pronunciation. Unfortunately, I actually missed the station because it came up on me a little bit suddenly. And sitting on the left, I didn't actually see it coming on the right. So I'll just video a little bit of the scenery as we go through. The town.
Looks like a speedway in Border Town. Nice little walk trails. Main Street. Nice little picnic spot and a little bit of information there about the railways. Unfortunately, we're not actually getting off here, so that I guess will be for another video or another spot.
Three more.
We're now passing through lots of farmland communities up to the town of Keith. Absolutely beautiful scenery of the rolling hills, the rolling landscape.
Prime Minister, Mr. Bob Hawke. Now the railway station here is not used for railway purposes anymore. It's clearly seen better days. But it is evocative of a time when railway buildings were seen as a way for authorities to display their civic pride. It was built in 1914 in what has been described as American Art Nouveau style. Now I do have somebody leaving us here. I also have somebody joining us. I'll make my way down there shortly to assist. Thank you.
The town referred to that we're approaching is the town of Watertown, and if it wasn't quite caught in this video, the Prime Minister was Bob Hawke.
Okay. Bye.
This is now the scenery that we're getting after leaving Watertown. So as you can see, it's now fairly flat farmland as we follow the main road along in towards Victoria. We are passing by another passing loop as we go past more rural farming communities. We're now passing through the agricultural areas of Victoria. Various fields that would grow canola, to wheat, and maybe even other various grains. And we also have, following the line side, the old telegraph poles. Passing through the town of Mill, this is on the left-hand side of the train.
Approaching the town of Neil, which is based halfway point.
We're now passing the town of the town's railway station of Neil, which will give us our first glimpse on today's journey of a Victorian railway station that is still in use today. We have a couple of Pacific National locomotives as well, sitting in the siding, as well as some local grain trains as well. For lunch, I chose the curry of the day, which happened to be a buttered chicken, and looks like a serving of white rice as well. And what did you get there, Mum?
I got some salad, and I've got some focaccia, which is, I'll just lift it up, like a sandwich with salad, tomato and ham in it. So let's say bon appetit.
Yes, certainly. Here we are at the station of Dembula, It's about the halfway point on the trip from Adelaide to Melbourne, where they do a driver change. The drivers that came from Adelaide change here, and then you get new drivers that go from here through to Melbourne. Station, and a historic garden and various platform and billboards were also in the area. And an old signal box as well. And another view looking down the train at Timbola.
Why did it have it on there for?
Here is
Going after seven.
some more of the grain fields as we travel between Timbola and the next town of Horsham. So we have a sign that we're passing through now where we've got the grain silo as well.
On Spencer Street.
We're now approaching the town of Horsham, which is a major regional centre of the Winnema and a useful place to describe the importance of grain growing, sheep and broad care farming regional service. The town sits on the Wimmera River and a gateway to the Grampians and Gilwood region to the south. I'll just do a short video as we go past. I'm not sure if we'll get the station in the shot, but I'll do my best to see if I can. For dessert, we were given a nice vanilla slice, so it's with a strawberry on top.
And don't forget the chocolate
Of
on
course.
the icing.
And I actually tasted it to see what it was like, and it's absolutely delicious.
Well, let me taste it.
Does it get your tick of approval?
This my second approval, but not as good as my grandmother's.
Over in the distance, on the right-hand side, we have the Grampians Mountain Range. We're now passing through the town of Mutora. I think that's how you pronounce it. My apologies for pronunciation. Unfortunately, I actually missed the station because it came up on me a little bit suddenly. And sitting on the left, I didn't actually see it coming on the right. So I'll just video a little bit of the scenery as we go through. The town. Here we are approaching into the town of Stawell. So we'll video going through the town and the town station, which happens to be on the left hand side. Well, we've stopped in at Stawell Station. Stawell is closely associated with gold mining and athletics. It is best known nationally for Stawell Gift, one of Australia's most famous professional foot races traditionally held over the Easter long weekend. The town developed during the Victorian Gold Rush retains heritage buildings that reflect that era. We are approaching the town of Ararat. Ararat was settled as a gold mining town in the early years. The town of Ararat is served by the Overland twice a week in either direction. It is also serviced by the local velocity sets that run to and from Melbourne. We are approaching the station of Ararat. And just continuing with Ararat station. We have an old signal box as well. Just with a side note, with all the sheep grazing, occasionally you may see lots of little lambs as well. And just over in the far distance, there's also a large wind farm. Here's some close-ups of the wheels on the right hand side. For afternoon tea I chose the carrot cake, and I thought I'd have a black cup of tea. So hopefully this will be as delicious as it looks, which I'm sure it will. North Shore Geelong, we have 3 locos stalled in the siding, possibly waiting for the next journey. For afternoon tea I chose the carrot cake, and I thought I'd have a black cup of tea. So hopefully this will be as delicious as it looks, which I'm sure it will. I thought we'd do a review on the Overland service. So what do you think of it, Mum?
Well, I would like to thank the staff, as they were very friendly and most helpful.
Most certainly.
And they do such an incredible job. And the ride was a little bumpy and jerky, but then I expected that.
So did I, because it's like the trucks are quite old and it's cost a lot of time and effort to replace it, and maybe eventually they will do truck maintenance, but it's more enjoying the ride and enjoying the nice lovely scenery along the way.
I agree, and just seeing the changing of the scenery, and the meals were really nice, freshly cooked on the train, which made it that little bit extra special. I believe that we've still got something else to come,
which we will mention about that when we get it, and then we'll have more scenery to look at. So just thought we'd do the review now while we're travelling along, and it's been really enjoyable and highly recommend it.
So do I.
Thank you for coming along today on today's journey on the Overland. Unfortunately, due to a signal incident just out of North Shore Geelong, I was unable to film into Melbourne as it was getting quite dark. So thank you for coming along and hope you enjoyed the video.